Uveka, what is the difference between what you've heard in the mother city of Cape Town, your last big destination, to what you're hearing on the ground in Port Elizabeth now?
Nicolaus, well, nothing much different, really. I mean, so far we've spoken to some students here in Port Elizabeth. The sentiment pretty much the same. We have those who are here are going to vote, though, compared to what we heard in the Western Cape, where they said many of them were not interested or unable to register to vote due to various reasons. But here they say they're going to vote. But what's common is that a lot of people are undecided about who they're going to vote for. So we spoke to some of the young Port Elizabethans this morning, and now I'm going to have a chat to some who've been around for a little bit longer. We're here at the Elizabeth Stearman home. It has 99 elderly residents, and I've got with me Lulama Kaba. She's been here at the home for 14 years. Irene Galland, who's been here for 7 years, and Oswald Prince, he's been here for 4 years. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to us. Let's start with you, Lulama. What is life like in a home like this in Elizabeth Stearman? We understand it is a municipal-run home. What is life like here for you?
Yo, Mama.
Is it good? Is it bad? Is it hard?
It's hard for me, Mama.
It's hard for you. Why is it hard for you? Okay, we'll ask Oswald. Oswald, what's life like for you here?
Okay, life here at Stearman Homes can be much better. First of all, we've got security problems. We're not safe here. We do not have proper fencing. To be honest, we do not even have proper security here. We do not have hot water. We have 10 people using one bathroom. I mean, it's totally uncalled for. At least we can have a place where we feel this is where I belong. This is where I can spend my last days and spend it genuinely.
Okay, and Irene, for you, Irene is very, very vocal. Irene is one of the firebrands, I think, here at Elizabeth Stearman. Irene, tell us about yourself and what life is like here for you.
Okay, next month I'll be 67, and I like staying here. But it's just the living conditions that we are staying in, we are living in. We need change. Like Ozzy said, it's our fencing, our security, and Lulama is very emotional.
Yeah.
It's hard for her. And then what we expect is to live like queens and kings because we're old. They call this a retirement village, but this is not a retirement village. Doesn't look like a retirement village. This is almost like in the olden days, like when we said Sodom and Gomorrah. This is ancient times that we are living in, dilapidated buildings and stuff. It is not right.
And you don't feel safe at all?
We don't feel safe at all, yeah.
Has told us. Lulama, you've been waiting for a house for how many years?
I applied from 2003. I can't count now because I'm fed up of it. 2003. They said they're going to phone us. Yeah. Well, anyway, then I did get a place here. I thought actually this was my waiting place since then. I went to the place they call it housing there in town. They on computer they did find my name, and they said they not going to say anything about the house. I must go to my people in New Brighton where I applied for the house. So I went there in New Brighton. They said they're fooling you. It's them that are sorting out for houses.
So how does this make you feel, Lulama? I mean, you have political parties coming around. I've seen the posters here outside the home here. The election is coming up in about 12 days. How do you feel about just your life and the government that has served you?
I'm getting sick.
Are you going to vote?
Ma?
Are you going to vote?
I'm doing nothing. I'm going to sit like this.
You're not going to vote. Oswald, are you interested in politics at the moment, and are you going to be voting?
No, I have a desire to vote. I need to vote for somebody that's really have a heart for what's happening around us here. I mean, the last couple of years was just people coming here, they come with 110 promises, which is, and nothing is being fulfilled. Yes, I'm going to vote. I have the right to vote. but I'm going to vote for somebody who I feel can take this land further.
And would you like to share with us who that person
At
is?
the moment, not now.
Okay, all right. Irene, I'd love to hear what you have to say. And I know that you're very politically active as well, having been a union member for 21 years. So tell us where that's taken you and how that sustained your interest in politics.
Yes, I'm still active, very active. I was a branch secretary years ago for the eNCA after NUMSA. Then I just been a plain activist in the DA, and then now I changed over to the SRWP.
Tell us what the SRWP is.
Socialist Revolutionary Workers' Party. It was formed by NUMSA when NUMSA and COSATU went apart now.
Okay. And it's new.
It's new. And we're still a new baby. But what I think is, not what I think, we're going to do it. If people will give us a chance as the SRWP. We are not making promises. We can't make empty promises because we've been promised a lot of things years ago and nothing happened. So it was all just dumped into a hole and all the grass just grew over it. So now with this new party, I think if people will give us a chance and see what we can do, then we will grow into a giant. And people should vote SRWP.
Well, I can see where your vote is going. Has she been campaigning here at the home as well? Has she been campaigning?
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
And has she been good at the campaigning? Because I can imagine she's been very
good in everything she does.
Okay, so I mean, you know, you are people who have voted for decades in the past.
Yes.
You have voted. What's disappointed you the most? Let's start with you, Oswald. What's disappointed you the most?
Like I said initially, I mean, promises were made. We
who's
voted.
disappointed you the most?
The
Let's put it
parties that are in government. I mean, here we're still sitting with the exact same, no fencing, no proper security. The conditions of the rooms is pathetic, totally pathetic. Like I say, we must 10 people, and it's men and women using the same bathroom. There's no hot water, nothing. We must use our kettles to boil water. We must get up early to go to the hospital with your appointment. Get up, you're totally unsafe in the morning coming out of your room to go to the bathroom.
And as a taxpayer, I mean, you've been a taxpayer having worked,
Yes, we've
all
all
of
been,
you,
yeah.
for the, I mean, how does that make you feel? Lulama, I want to know from you. You paid tax, your late husband worked, he was a taxpayer. How does it make you feel that you have voted in the past and this is where you end up? Are you cross? Are you angry?
I'm hot inside.
You're hot, which I'm taking to mean that you're very, very angry. I mean, how does that make you feel, Irene?
Can I just come in there on her side? Last year, you people were here with us and took footage of the condition that she's living in. Her room.
And I've seen the rooms.
Yes.
And it's heartbreaking.
And today again, she must borrow a lamp, a bed lamp, to have electricity, to have a light that she must plug into the wall to have a light in the place. To have food on the, to cook food, she must plug it in. There's no electricity. There's no nothing. What is this? Where's the budget going to?
And what would you
are
say?
they doing with the money?
What would you say to those who say, well, you aren't paying any rent here, so you know you should take what you're getting?
Yes, but now it's not that we don't want to pay rent. We boycotted the rent in 2015 for a reason. There's a reason why we boycotted the rent.
Tell us.
Because of at first it was PASA. They never looked at us. They never gave us anything. We are still staying the very same way. But then we fought with PASA and we got them out. So now municipality is back here. But at that time, Danny Jordan said he came onto the premises, saw this place, saw all the places, and it is so outdated, that dilapidated, and it's broken, it's damaged. He said, but why must you guys pay rent? As from today, you don't pay rent. So there's an attachment to why we are not paying rental.
Now, I understand there's been a change of mayor. Oswald, you are aware what has happened with the municipality over the past, last year as well, and you have a new mayor. Any comparisons, any changes that you can make from that you can highlight for us in that time?
I'm not going to say there's a change with the mayor. There is a ward councillor who represents the mayor. And he is not playing his part. I mean, simple little things. issue of the committee that's supposed to be in place. His point to us, you first sign a lease agreement before you will be recognized. I mean, where does the lease agreement fit into your we have a say.
Yeah.
And I mean, as part of the committee, we have a say. But that has been robbed from us because we are not signing a lease agreement.
Okay. Well, my final question to you is, do you have hope of change? And I know Lulama is very emotional, so and I can see she's hopeless and she's angry and she has no hope for change. Lulama, am I right that you don't feel that there's any hope for change or that things will get better for you?
I've got no hope, Mom. Because when I come here, as I've told you, I've got one plaque.
Yeah.
From the time I come here, they're
Irene
not
has
50
explained
yet.
your situation to us. She's told us exactly what it is, and she's in pain
And
every
my
day
house is
without
blazing,
writers.
falling on top of my...
Oswald, do you have hope for change?
Yes, I do believe change will come about if the proper people have been voted in, and we here been given the fair chance to play our part. Change will come about.
Irene?
Yes, what we need as the committee of the elderly here is recognition. Because from our side, on our side, we are doing much more than what the managers are doing here. They are never here. As they just walked in here to come have a meeting. What is it about? Stuff in the pipeline. We don't need things that's in pipelines. We need things to be put on table. So now, what we are saying, change will come if we have the proper people that have empathy and sympathy with us.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your honest conversation. And Nicholas, I think that's what we've heard in communities, even from in the Western Cape when we were in Mitchell's Plain the other days, communities having to do things for themselves. Very little faith in some politicians. I'm not going to say all because Irene is probably going to tackle me as soon as we are off camera. She's a politician now. So, yeah, communities taking it upon themselves, no matter how old they are, to make the change that they need for themselves.
Uveka, thank you very much for that. It was, of course, eNCA anchor Uveka Rangappa, the eNCA election bus making its way to Port Elizabeth.